Dalai Lama and Tibetan Buddhism. Who is the Dalai Lama? The Dalai Lama is a saint of Tibet, a Buddhist which is inspired to attain enlightenment. The Dalai Lama is reborn to help all living beings. The big idea of the Dalai Lama is if minds are at peace, no physical pain will disturb them. He's often thinking about his job is to find happiness and with no suffering, as well as creating harmony among all different religions, society, and beings. It's also an earthly manifestation of the self-born. Tibetan Buddhism is a combination of teachings of Mahayana Buddhism, and as well as material from an ancient religion called Bon. There are 5 groups within Tibetan Buddhism. They have the use of mantras and yogic techniques to perform rituals and spiritual practices. Supernatural beings are often prominent in Tibetan Buddhism. It's also influenced by Tantra, which also appears in Hinduism. The main focus is enlightenment as well as the preparation of death. The impacts Dalai Lama has on Tibetan Buddhism. Dalai Lama is a teacher of this type of Buddhism. He must enlighten all living beings. There are simple laws, and he is often reborn. The retirement of the Dalai Lama can occur, and when this does happen, babies tend to go through a series of tests and to see which would become the next Dalai Lama. Enlightenment in Buddhism is the truth of life, to find peace within. It often comes from Zen Buddhism, and once found, or when one finds nirvana, it is said that they will not be reborn. It also focuses on finding a middle way, as well as finding wisdom combined with compassion. The Nobel Peace Prize. The Dalai Lama was a man of peace. In 1989, he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his nonviolent struggle for the liberation of Tibet. He has consistently advocated policies of nonviolence, even in the face of extreme aggression. His Holiness proposed a 5-point peace plan for Tibet as a first step towards a peaceful solution of the worsening situation in Tibet. The first point of the 5-point plan was transformation of the whole of Tibet into a zone of peace, abandonment of China's population transfer policy that threatens the very existence of the Tibetans as people, respect for the Tibetan people's fundamental human rights and democratic freedoms, restoration and protection of Tibet's natural environment, and abandonment of China's use of Tibet for the production of nuclear weapons and dumping of nuclear waste. And the 5th one is commencement of earnest negotiations on the future status of Tibet and of relations between the Tibetan and Chinese people. The Dalai Lama impacts. The Dalai Lama truly believes in nonviolence, and the idea of enlightenment seems settling. The Nobel Peace Prize, in the relationships between China and Tibet. He is a teacher of all beings and of all Buddhists, and is an ocean of wisdom, which is what the Dalai Lama reflects into.